My name is Michael Allison. Today's date is January 24th, 2017, and my password is purple. On August 7th of last year, CNN reported on a heartbreaking story when a police officer in Ohio pulled up to a local pharmacy to find a 7-year-old boy trying to sell his toy dog to get enough money to buy food, which wasn't available to him at home. Now, our story takes a turn for the best because that police officer actually went out and bought this child lunch, fed him, talked to him, and helped solve some of the domestic problems that this child was facing at home. Now, unfortunately for millions of Americans, hunger and food insecurity are problems that they face on a daily basis. In fact, in 2015, the National Foundation on Hunger found that 6.9 million households in the United States have at least one member who faces hunger on a recurring basis for 7 or more months out of the year. To expand on that, that's 5.6% of all households in the United States. So hunger is a huge issue that's affecting millions of Americans. Millions of people are going hungry on a constant basis and are in great need of help. So in addition to those 6.9 million households, the National Commission on Hunger also found that 15.8% of our nation's senior citizens are food insecure. Now, food insecurity means that a person doesn't have ready access to nutritional food in a good quantity. In addition, an additional statistic shows that by the Household Food Security in the United States study, that 1 out of 10 households that have children in them have at least one member who is also going hungry for at least 7 months or more out of the year. Hunger in America is a problem that doesn't just affect those who can't put food on the table. It's a problem that actually affects all of us because it has far-reaching implications in other sectors of our nation, like the healthcare system. Our healthcare system is overburdened by completely preventable disorders that are caused by malnourished people who can't afford to put food on the table that's nutritious for them. Hunger has a huge impact on our education system because we have children, our children, in our schools who are going to school on an empty stomach. And when they're hungry, they're focusing on their empty stomach, not on the coursework that they're supposed to be learning about. And one thing that hunger does to Americans, to each and every one of us, is it affects our economy in a very negative manner. Hunger causes our economy to see ups and downs because workers that come to work hungry experience decreased productivity while at work, while they experience increased absenteeism. So our economy is punished because of hunger in America. Now, this is a big problem, like we've talked about, but thankfully there is an organization who is dedicated to helping solve this problem. They're called the National Foundation for Feeding America. And what these folks do is they provide 4 billion meals every year, reach out to 46 million people. To put that in perspective, that's about 1 in 8 Americans who reach out to this organization to help put food on the table every single year. Now, a lot of organizations are out there to help combat hunger in America, but Feeding America was actually given 4 out of 4 stars by Charity Navigator. And when Feeding America gets funds, they aren't just stopping at putting food on the table for those who can't do that themselves. They're actually putting money towards funding research that's aimed at ending the problem of hunger in America once and for all. Feeding America is a nationwide organization. They actually represent 80% of our nation's food banks, as was found by a study done by Shepard, Stern, and Cooper in 2011. Now, if Feeding America is able to continue their mission and achieve their mission step by step, we can start to imagine a world where we don't have 7-year-old boys standing in front of pharmacies trying to sell their toys so that they can put food in front of them. We can start looking at having an America where our children are not malnourished at school. Instead, they're able to go to school, focus on their coursework, not their empty stomachs, and focus on becoming successful, productive members of our society. And that's going to benefit each and every one of us. So what can you do to help end the struggle of hunger in the United States? Well, the first thing I urge you to do is to volunteer. Get out there in your community, help Feeding America put these meals on the table for these folks who can't do that themselves. Help those seniors that we were talking about who are food insecure. Help those children who are going to school hungry by stepping out, taking time out of your day, and volunteering with Feeding America. Feeding America has 200 food banks and 60,000 food pantries across the United States. So there's opportunities no matter which region you live in to go out and help Feeding America put food on the table. Now, of course, I completely understand that not all of us have the opportunity to take time out of our busy schedule to volunteer and to help Feeding America with their time, which is why I urge you, each and every one of you who have the capacity to do so, to donate to Feeding America. When you donate to Feeding America, for every dollar that you put in to the organization, you're putting 11 meals on the table for seniors, our working Americans, and children who can't do that. You're putting food in front of them that's nutritious and in a good quantity to sustain their lives. Now, when you're putting money towards Feeding America, you're not just putting the meals on the table, you're also helping fund their organization. Like we were saying earlier, 98% of Feeding America's funds go right into the program. Now, their funds that they receive go towards the food, towards those 11 meals, towards their food banks and pantries, but also, like we're talking about, goes into the research to end the problem of hunger in America. And one thing I'd like to close on is a study by Paycheck to Pantry, done in 2011, found they closed their entire research argument on the basis that the charitable sector is critical to hunger relief efforts. To end hunger in America, we need the charitable sector. And the charitable sector needs you. So I urge you, donate your time, donate charitable funds that these organizations are in dire need of. Thank you.